live? Oh, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 40th episode of the Crypto Bull. In today's, I'm lost for words here. Sorry. In today's episode, we are going to do a technical and fundamental analysis of the cryptocurrency or blockchain project called Celsius Network. Now, this is a little bit of a special episode. It's one of those rare episodes where I'm going to actually analyze a coin I am already aware of, meaning I've done previous analysis in written format back on my own website, which is graciousInterests.com. So I have some before knowledge, but as I did with the episode of Chainlink, for example, I'm going to remain as neutral as possible and give you all the plain facts as they are presented here during the live stream on the research I'm doing live with you guys. So let's begin. So I'm on CoinGecko, typed in Celsius Network, clicked it on. By market cap, currently ranked on the number 88, so it's in the top 100 of cryptocurrency coins. What do we see here on screen? Currently valued $4.57 in value. It is in the green, so it is increasing in value. Market cap, 1,933,000,000. 24 trading volume, 3,187,000. Well, that's actually quite a low trading volume considering the market cap. Generally, if I see something like this, there is a little red flag which pops up with me, implying, well, this might be a possible scam, though, as naturally my experience grows, this can be something a little bit like Hex, for example, whereby tokens are being staked, being locked into the blockchain, whereby a trading volume can actually be very low, but the market cap be extremely high. Everything depends on how it is built up. Or naturally, it can be the case there's a small mistake here, though this raises a little red flag here. Hopefully later on, well, depending on its setup, things will stand explained. Anyway, let's continue. Circulating supply, 423 million coins approximately, as you can see here. There's even a little additional information here. Total 695 million. Celsius team is keeping in custody 9 million coins. So treasury 155. That's not a good sign. It implies tokenomics. Not too big of a fan here. Okay, loan collateral, estimate circulating supply. So okay, max supply unlimited, or let's just say unknown. Maybe because there's a limit and that it's too big to be shown here on CoinGecko, or perhaps on another informative site such as CoinMarketCap that it is indicated. It wouldn't be the first time that the information shared on a variety of information websites, well, doesn't really add up, one being more up to date than the other, etc., depending on where the focus lies of the team, etc. But CoinGecko at overall is quite correct, and generally, if I say this, it implies there's no limit on the max supply. Anyway, let's continue. See a smart contract. I'm going to close this one here. You guys don't need to see it. You see a smart contract on the Ethereum, so I'm going to token Sniffer, the website, to sniff out contracts, see how decently made, if they are decently made, if it isn't a copy, and gives various signals to see if other red flags need to be raised. However, considering its place in market cap, I'm having my doubts that it will come out red. These last words might actually be quite epic before a total burn down, but who knows, who knows. Let's continue. Website, Celsius Network, check, and an immediate link to the white paper. Love seeing that one. That to me serves as a serves to give trust to the investors and traders. Easily available white paper, meaning that the developers say, look, we are open about our code and our setup, so there we have it. Okay, enough talk, let's continue. Community. Oh, sorry, Explorers. Etherscan Explorer. This implies the Celsius network has been built on the Ethereum network. Ethereum network is trustful, I'm going to say. However, people who watch all of my live streams and shows will have noticed I'm slightly negative about Ethereum, and that I've made several claims that they are, well, that it's a broken blockchain. With that, I mostly refer to the transaction and the gas fees. So I'm assuming here, in order to, well, make use of the network, something about transaction fees and gas fees is going to be involved. So makes you a little bit wary to step in. See here, communities, Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, Telegram, Bitcoin Talk. More on that later. We'll do a small analysis there, see what the recurring subjects and topics are, and just to see if the community is alive and thriving well. By reason, well, with other analyses that I've done, well, they were present on a variety of social media, but the communities were as dead as can be. And in order to have a successful project, well, you need a steadfast community, an active community involved with the project, actively trading, sharing memes, asking questions to the developers, etc., etc. So that's actually a very important point here. Let's continue. API ID, Celsius degree token. Okay. Tags, lending, borrowing, business services. Okay. So it is going to be related towards DeFi. By reason, it's a blockchain project, which is going to be about business services. Don't know which kind of services. However, I make the immediate link towards DeFi, a very upcoming and important market. By reason, I see here lending and borrowing. That's an important given. Let's take a look at the chart here. I'm going to do a small update. See, yeah, okay. It remains quite stable. General small uptick here, but 24-hour trading. However, myself, I'm more interested in its total run, as it gives me a better view on how it's performing. So incepted 2018 in October, so quite low, but starting with the bull run last year, no, even before that, it was actually on the rise. The bull run last year started here somewhere, September, October, I dare say. So it is actually performing quite well. It seems to be in range between the $4 and $6 range. So that's quite nice. It's not really on the decline, I dare say, and depending on which way you view it, perhaps on the 6 month might see it, and perhaps in the last couple of weeks, but the average trend, if I were to make a line, is upward. So I'm more or less positive about it. It's actually a nice graph with another volatility. So day traders, active traders can actually make some decent money by investing, etc., and playing with this project. On the yearly basis, from what I can tell, yeah, that's in a general uptick. At average, it's going upward. Very nice to see. It's half a year approximately. Here it's a little bit on the decline. So last half year, at overall, it's going down a little bit. On the 3 monthly, here too, comes crashing down a little bit, though I might have my suspicions. It has to do with the current Bitcoin run. As you know, in the last couple of days and weeks, or even months, well, everyone's quite bullish on the markets, with the exception of the accumulation phase in July, August, which occurs. But a lot of people actually have been cashing out, well, flipping their altcoins towards Bitcoin, especially in the last couple of weeks. So I'm not all too surprised here to seeing this decline. It basically means that the investors in Celsius network are cashing out their coins and actually investing back into Bitcoin. So this is a normal movement, I dare say. Nothing to be worried about. And you can clearly see here, $4, there's a nice support line here. So previous support was at 5, now it's at 4. So if you trade within range, 4 to 6, you're doing fine. We're here at 4.5. So on the monthly, you can nicely see it's going to continue trading. Perhaps a little breakout here that's occurring. 14 days. So you can see here quite a lot of movement suddenly, especially in the last couple of months. Sell. Big uptick, implying heavy support on the $4 line. So if you want to step into Celsius, the $4 margin might be your stepping stone. So it's a good one. 7-day back on the uptick. So in the last 14 days, I dare say it remains stable at around 450. Last week, well, the week that has passed, it's back in uptick. I dare say still at a 450 level here somewhere. 24 trading volume back on the rise. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag, but at overall, I dare say if I were to do a very quick technical analysis of the chart and its volume and its run up until now, I'm actually quite positive. Those are very nice graphs. You need to take into account the current state of the market and naturally what is occurring with the project itself. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, of this live stream, I am aware of the Celsius network, what they stand for, but I remain as objective as possible. And these are the kind of information I know. However, I must admit I'm not entirely up to date what is occurring on that network. On my Twitter, I follow Alex Mashensky, if I'm not mistaken. He's one of the head developers or one of the most renowned team members of the Celsius network. But to be honest, haven't really read his tweets here. But anyway, let's go. So at overall, I'd say technical analysis of the charts here. It looks pretty neat. It's performing quite well. You can even see it here. Overall, it's a slow grower. And depending on the scale you put it into, well, it can be interesting for those interested. Outlined against Bitcoin. So a little bit following market base. Ethereum. If you want to. It's performing quite nicely. So, where is it traded most often? Way with ye. FTX, Bitfinex, Uniswap, Bittrex. If I'm not mistaken, those are central exchanges. FTX also, and available on Uniswap. Biggest is going to be FTX, from what I can tell. Yeah, but very small volumes. I'm a little bit surprised about that one. Now, naturally, they tend to cover the volumes regarding DeFi. I know with DeFi, it's quite hard to tell what the circulating supply is by reason, well, they tend to measure through the central exchanges and not necessarily through DeFi. Considering it's, well, DeFi based, this might explain the low 24-hour trading volume. Anyway, that's one example. Another might be that, well, it has something to do with its mechanism. But anyway, let's continue. Aha. Up here, I immediately see a rectification. Total supply, max supply. Okay. So total supply of 695 million coins here. So there seems to be a max cap. However, I'm a bit surprised by the max supply here. The number of issuable share. Vertical maximum code, it's unknown, so that should be 695 million here. So number should be twice. Okay, a little bit odd. Perhaps there's a mechanism whereby additional ones can be minted, but at this point in time, I'm going to say 695 million coins, total supply to ever exist. And there's 420 million in circulation. If this is truly the max cap or the maximum amount of coins to ever be produced, it means it's going to be bullish future-wise. Reason, scarcity, rarity of the coin within the market. So that's actually a positive signal to me. What is Celsius Network? It's a peer-to-peer lending platform allowing users to borrow and lend cryptocurrencies. System is based on the Celsius Network, native token CEL. By using their cryptocurrencies as collateral, borrowers can easily have access to fiat currencies with a small interest rate without the need to sell their cryptocurrencies. Okay, so it's a lending and borrowing platform whereby you can use a variety of cryptocurrencies as a collateral. Okay, lenders are paid an interest rate for the cryptocurrency that was deposited in their Celsius Network wallet. Okay, so it's DeFi based where you can loan and etc. How does it work? Can earn by depositing cryptocurrencies. Interest is paid weekly and have the option to withdraw at any time. Okay. Make things better, users are not charged whenever they deposit or withdraw funds. That's actually quite positive here. Users can also earn bonus interest through the Celsius loyalty rewards. There's a reward program. Overall wallet balance has 20% in CEL tokens. Users will be deemed as Platinum Celsius members, thus obtaining a 30% bonus interest. So that's actually something like Hex, another coin I've did an analysis on in the past, but from what I can tell, it seems to be better. And I'm not, and I'm not saying this because, well, I had a hate mob of Hexians behind me after pointing out that, well, I wasn't very trustful of Hex and that they were shilling most of the time and that it came crashing down. However, this looks already much better. However, for the Muslim viewers, I must say watch out, because this one is steeped in what is called riba. So watch out with it. It's loaning and borrowing with interest rates. So probably for you guys, it isn't really suited. Too bad. Anyway, I'm going to continue here. You never know, with information I've given, you can further arm yourself with knowledge. Is it safe to store your cryptocurrencies with Celsius Network? To protect assets that are deposited in your platform's cold wallet, has partnered with BitGo. Okay, through this, BitGo will cover any losses by offering up to 100 million USD dollar in insurance for these assets. Okay, so there's a protection going on. Also worth noting that the company does not directly grant insurance on crypto deposits. In other words, during the event of a cyber attack, users are vulnerable to losing their assets. I love their honesty, but this one, yeah, it's a fair warning, I'm going to say. It's not a red flag, it's a fair warning, but I'm going to stress out on it. Shouldn't be written down in small letters, so watch out. Those situations, Celsius Network promises to use its balance sheet to offset the damages to its clients. However, the terms of use do not guarantee return of funds in case of breach. So they say, watch out, there's still some risk involved by making use of our platform. It's actually quite fair and open from them. Okay, it was founded by Alex Mashisensky in 2017 on Fundamental Day of Decentralization and allowing people to unbank themselves. My altcoin was below, but isn't mentioned. Okay, let's get into their website. We now have a better idea what it is about, what its use case is. And it's being explained here on screen. Earn and borrow, so you can lend and borrow Celsius and cryptocurrency through that platform. Let's see what they are up to. Naturally, good friend of mine, Alex Lazar, stresses out, and I'm taking it over. And in the last couple of live streams, I've been repeating that one. I like to see a fast loading website. This one's slower than others I've had, but looks quite fast, looks quite neat. Earn, yield, borrow, so it's mostly about yield farming on which this operates. 26.9 billion USD dollars in assets since 29th of October. More than 1 million users on the network. 1 billion USD dollar in yields and rewards have been paid since its launch. More than 109,000 people in the community, registered with FinCEN in the US for 7 service, security, ISO. So this one is actually an important label. It implies financial stability and security of the assets. So that's probably one of the reasons why it has been notified on the, not notified, being mentioned on the CoinGecko website when it comes to security and what they will do. We will reach more than 150 countries. Featured in Bloomberg, Forbes, I believe, that I do not recognize, Twitter, etc., etc. I'm going to open up a few of them by reason. Well, there's a lot of scam websites who say, yeah, we are featured in, or as mentioned on, and there's no direct link. You click on it and you get on the average website, I'm going to say, the general website, no mention of it. I hope I accept. Bitcoin correction causes healthy. This one doesn't want to load, but from what I can tell here, it's an actual link, so probably Bloomberg removed the article or it's secured behind a paywall. Forbes, direct article, that's a very good sign, in my opinion. Was this one. Medium, okay, checks out. Yeah, Twitter I've gotten. Who's that one? That's Apple Piano, I believe. Yeah, okay, podcasts on Apple, so they refer to all the articles they've been doing, so you can easily click on it. That's on YouTube. Close YouTube. Probably Vimeo, but wrong. That's what I suspected. False link here. Probably need to watch out. Earn yield. So once again, see what you could be earning. The national rates. How much? 200. Earning with Celsius. Crypto, Bitcoin. Oh, and it's a live simulator here. What you can earn. Long 5 years. So yeah, you can do a small simulation here. Quite nice. Love seeing that one. It implies, well, they know what they're up to, and you can get a better idea what a real average return per year is going to be. You've got a lot of projects which say, yeah, you've got about 46% or 40. Hello, actions. Average per year that you can earn. In reality, everything really depends on how well the market is performing. And I've got the impression here, as you can do a live simulation, they keep into account the current state of the market in relation to their own coin, etc. So I like seeing that one. There's no tiddling about, it's straight to the point. Love seeing it. Celsius, verify transfer, so that's how to do it. Borrow at 1% average per contribute with your crypto. Book an appointment, so you can be appointed to a little Celsius loan manager. What you can borrow. And these are the stable coins, collateral, BTC, Ethereum, Celsius Link, Matic, ADA, Polkadot. Oh, there's quite a lot of coins here you can stake. Pax Gold, big fan of it. But I have some. Silver, USDT, the ERC20 token. Naturally, Tether is present on the Ethereum blockchain, among others. UMA, VD Gold. Don't immediately recognize this one, but I'm assuming it's also going to be some kind of stable coin. So yeah, plenty of coins that you can do long term. Oh, and even here you can. So even here you can do a total simulation of what you can borrow in this case. So once again, no tiddling about, straight to the point, live application, a live app to do what it does best. Okay, continue borrowing your best interests, no credit checks, crypto is your credit, okay, numbers don't lie. Those are the rates, so few simulations they've done, but you can do the simulations yourself, which I find actually a very convincing factor when we are talking about DeFi. Too many DeFi platforms make claims with outrageous percentages. These guys simply have got a tool whereby they say, look, type it in, see what your returns are, and well, see it for yourself, the visualization. So loving that one. Chain analysis are focused on transparency, percent companies, critical automation. So yeah, a little bit marketing talk, but it seems here there's enough YouTube and articles to prove that point. Once again, and there's a little fact here. How can I transfer coins to Celsius? So you can pause the video at this point, read at your own leisure. You apply for a stablecoin. Once again, same here. Going to scroll a little bit. So you can, guys, pause at your own leisure. Start earning rewards. I'm not going to read through it. The reason I'm not going, well, do not currently make use of the Celsius network. If I do, I'd probably start reading up how to do it, and will probably help people out. So, but everything is written down nicely. Yeah. Appeals and etc. Now, let's continue the analysis here. Individuals earn, credit card, borrow, pay, download our app. So, in general, businesses not all too interested in the business side of things. Let's see. Community, level up with CEL, top 500, swag shop, proof of community. Oh, that's the rewards explorer. Become an ambassador. Damn. I'm just going to take a small look here. They've got an ambassador program, so if you want to help them out, so referral program, affiliate, global scale, do videos in other languages, competitor comparisons, website dedicated to Celsius, social media, posts and pages, tutorials and walkthroughs, blogs and reviews. I should probably have applied. However, I do these things for free. It's the first time I'm actually seeing this one. Anyway, too late for me now. Probably when this live stream is over, I'm going to tag Alex Mashinsky to point him to this video. Anyway, so that's the ambassador page. Nice. You can even see here a few renowned people. Top 500 holders. Celsius themselves, naturally. The machine that's Alex himself is a big holder. Okay. Second has half of it, approximately. 4. The machine, once again, so he's got 2 wallets, it seems. Chrissy Mashinsky, I believe it's his sister or his wife. CEL network. Yeah, he's got some multiple wallets, the guy. Enormous consumers, so you can see top 500, he does recur a few times. He's, well, if you're a head developer, on one hand, it's natural you are the head holder or head whale of your project. I mean, even with Bitcoin, if we are going to be honest, Satoshi Nakamoto has 1 million coins in a closed wallet, which hasn't moved since decades. So in a certain sense, we shouldn't be all too hypocritical. However, sometimes I dare say it's a little bit of a red flag. Everything depends really if the wallets are active or actively being used, or if they're well closed down. So that's something which needs to be checked up by the community. If these wallets are active, I'll see that as a little red flag for, well, the possibility of a rug pull. However, considering it's run 2 to 3 years already and no obvious rug pull occurring, I'm going to go on a tangent and say it's trustworthy. However, you never know. Rest assured, it's still a risk that's possible. Need to see here. Yeah, sorry. Checking out if there were no additional questions. Sometimes I've got people and developers popping in the chat and giving me additional information. So this time I wanted to check out, but none at the moment. Proof community. So that's basically a rundown of the rewards you can get if you are an active community member. Horizon, the audit. Transparency and privacy. Best of decentralized finance to centralized. Limited and automated audit system for financial advisors, so they are probably more trustworthy than Tether. Trust that you can verify. By blockchain, there's naturally a blockchain explorer. And that's how they do it. Developed by Horizon Labs, powered by Horizon. Okay, so there's audits here. Sign in or sign up. Not going to do this at the moment. Don't see an immediate link here towards a recent audit they've done, unless of course it's available somewhere in the media articles. That's the swag shop. So yeah, okay, you can buy some gear from the Celsius network: bags, t-shirts, bras. Sorry, bralettes. I don't know what the hell that is. Socks. What is it? Skateboard. Oil. Nice gear. I'm going to take a look at the media here. Collection. Celsius in the world. There's no news. Events. As 400 million. So Celsius beta launch for long-awaited in-app swap feature, so you can start swapping. So there's some active development here from what I can tell in the titles. Regular updated theme here, 3 days in difference, posted same day, more than a month approximately. But yeah, if something big occurs, they tend to give it away and say what's what. I'm a bit surprised here that it clocks out at the beginning of this year. Perhaps it's being... it's going to be the same. Yeah, okay. Oh, events with Celsius, Las Vegas Celsius Community Meetup. Decipher Miami, previous with Solana. Let's submit. So there's quite a lot of events which occurred. Celsius in the world, so once again, same thing here. Oh yeah, that's the website. Okay, that should have been the white paper, but it isn't available. Curious. What else? Mission Team Security Insight. It seems I'm going to have to retrace a little bit here about the openness for the white paper. Quite a shame. This is basically a rundown. Some numbers. Bank I'm going to see here. So this one's interesting. I want to know about the developers. I know that's the about us. Somewhere right there. This one can be closed. One may remain open. Promo code proof community developers platform solutions. Don't seem to find a white paper. Ah, what a shame. What a shame. Portal, what is this? Developers. This seems... Or APIs have proven now. Okay, so yeah, approximatively, you might say this is going to be the sort of white paper. Everything here. These are the guides and how everything works. So enterprise user segmented. Okay, so clear thing here. Security basis. Yeah, this is going to be more or less the white paper with the kind of things you can do, how it works, etc. So it's a rewards transaction. So it's actually the code they are sharing here. Basically, that means they are open on how it functions. It's a bit sad it doesn't really put in a little PDF with a nice view and how everything works. Well, it's written down here, but yeah. What calculation? So this is more or less the white paper. Read at your own leisure, not going to get all too deep into it. By reason, well, we know its use case, what it does, and how it performs. Here it is being once again explained, the variety of actions you can do, but with additional information being the code on which it operates. Endpoints, once again here, endpoints segmented, blah, blah, blah. So read at your own leisure. This is the kind of white paper, and it's even in the sandbox, so you can start playing. Oh, later on today. Close, and we're back at CoinGecko. Let's take a look at the communities, as naturally a strong blockchain-based project needs to be backed by a strong community. Reddit, Twitter, Facebook. Not going to open Telegram, Bitcoin Talk, I do. I've opened up the Telegram channels a few times in the past. However, there are other conversations I'm having, certain groups I do not want to share all too much with you guys. Nothing shady, but well, I prefer to keep a certain matter of privacy. Reddit. Customer support, this interview with Alex next week. Some news, feature requests. Celsius credit card, so 10 question, not seeing too much of memes, however, valid questions, remarks, Celsius token of appreciation. So someone missed a week without payout, knowing that is not something new, so an appreciation for it. I like that. People, why do I give it an upvote? Well, people need to speak out more if something was positive, if they had a good experience. Generally, people talk way too much about negative things. You need to have some positivity to share your life. And that's the reason I'm going to give the Celsius token of appreciation for myself. So yeah. Penalized if continuously withdraws data throughout the day, can't be reached. So variety of questions, updates, news. So, and I've been scrolling for a while now, 16 hours ago, 20 hours ago. So Reddit is thriving and growing and, well, quite active here. Promo code, yeah, I'm going to close it. So Celsius looks promising. Twitter. Up here, I'm always going, yeah, you can see I'm a follower of the Celsius network. As said in the beginning of this video, this is one of those projects I have some beforehand knowledge of, by reason that I already follow them. But remaining neutral, and I'm going to state the things as they are. Anyway, 193,300 followers. Does it apply with the amount of likes, etc.? So 10 hours ago, quite low. Interaction on Twitter seems to be on the lowish side. If you've got that much followers, at the very least, I need to see, well, something akin to this here. However, posted November 4th. Wouldn't be surprised that this is, well, something natural. So I'm going to say it checks out, but for once I'm going to check out the amount of followers. In the previous project, I'm always taking into account, like for example, the Rice Hardy. It's really at random I'm doing this. If I see quite a lot of numbers behind it, it implies it's a bot. Okay, this one might be a bot. This one too. This one too. This one too. Yeah. That bot. Though it isn't as bad I've seen with previous projects where I did this. There was really an entire line of, I believe it was with Jasmine Coin last week. Nothing but bots with numbers, etc. Here, well, big amount of people are actual followers. I'm not seeing all too many bots here. That might be a bot one. Most of them check out, so I'm going to say most of their followers are genuine. That's a good thing. However, the amount of likes and interaction here probably has to do that many, like myself, are passive followers. So we keep an eye on the project by reason we saw something in it which is positive, but aren't as actively involved as we should be. Got to be honest there. Polygon ecosystem Celsius, so they talk a lot themselves, but I don't see ultraman. Well, there are some retweets, so there's some interaction here, but it's kind of rare. Not too bad. Anyway, Facebook. 2 hours ago, guide for institutions investing in crypto. Close. 16 hours ago. So Facebook page is also updated, though I know not a lot of people are fans of Facebook and its platform, but they are keeping their social media page dated, which is quite nice. And there's some interaction even quite recently. So that's actually a very good sign that the community is widespread and involved. Like seeing that one. Bitcoin Talk. So it's on the Bitcoin forums. That's also a very positive signal by reason any self-respecting token or coin, well, has got their own dedicated page on the bitcointalk.org forum. If you're a shit project, and I'm really being blunt here, it's a shit project, well, you won't reach the website itself, or you will get archived, etc. This seems to be still active. You even got here an overview of the team, little explanation, token specifications. So they really went out of their way. Oh, fingers crossed. Okay, white paper has been redacted. What a shame. Medium blog, LinkedIn. The bounty program available. Indonesian, December 2017. I'm going to skip towards the last page. And generally here, I'm not having all too much issue if there isn't much activity. Like, yeah, last time, May 6th, 2018. So, regarding the last bull run. There was something else I wanted to do, and that's pull it through the token sniffer. Okay, you've got Ethereum, Polygon, Phantom, and Harmony. I'm going to do the Ethereum because this one's based for Ethereum and Binance. Let's see. Smell tests, medium risk. Highly similar contracts that were deployed prior to this one. Okay, there's a medium risk. That's not all too well. I actually expected with what I saw to be not less. Yes, anyway. So there are prior contracts. Might well, as a red flag, this can be not so much red, but more of an orange. However, it can imply, as stated here, cloned contracts may indicate a low quality token, or it might be the case that in previous stage another contract was deployed before moving on towards this one, but that the coding itself was more or less the same, so it's more of an orange. All other holders possess less than 5% of token supply. That was something I actively and already pointed out when looking at the top 500 users. So the machine there has quite a lot of amount of tokens, which, well, is a risk, a little red flag. Everything depends on how active those wallets are. So that needs to be reviewed, but it's a little red flag. We need to be honest here. Liquidity analysis adequate liquidity present. Okay, at least 95% of liquidity burnt locked. And well, this comes with this one. So there's a medium risk involved. Then there's Bitbo here. Prior contract, which resembles, I'm going to take a quick peek. That one's high risk. And so also seems it has been based off something else. I'm going to take a quick peek. Contract source. So the balance, public views, function transfer. So it seems to be akin, from what I can tell, to another contract that has been issued here, though with a few changes. All in all, not too bad, but that's something to be wary of. I'm going to close the token sniffer and stop sharing my screen. There we go. So, where it concerns the Celsius network, technical analysis, I'm quite positive about it. Especially for its run and its current value, market value. Everything is nicely in an uptick. It has been around for 2 to 3 years, which actually ticks one of my boxes, meaning I only invest in coins and cryptocurrency projects which exist longer than 2 or 3 years, by reason at that point in time they have shown their worth. They have shown, well, their resistance to change, etc., etc. So at that account, I must say, I'm mildly impressed. It has got a mind more or less of its own, but is performing nicely. It's about lending and borrowing, so it's riba for the Muslim community. Myself, I've stated in other live stream videos, I tend to stay clear of any blockchain and cryptocurrency project, well, which is more or less orientated towards businesses and everything that involves finance. And with finance, I really mean lending, borrowing, etc. By reason I got involved with cryptocurrency as an alternative for fiat currency. So on that account, it's not immediately my thing. However, if it were, I'd say, yeah, I definitely step in. There were, however, a few red flags, a few risks that people need to be aware of. Those were represented back on the token sniffer, and I made mention of them during the live stream. Mainly, well, there's a few wallets, big whales, big holders of the coin. And from what I could tell, they were in the hands of the head developer of the Alex Mashinsky himself, seemingly. This proves to be a risk by reason that a rug pull can still occur if a certain threshold in value is to be reached. However, considering its run and considering how well it is performing, and that I do not immediately see a fast signal that it will occur, I dare say there's a certain amount of trust. However, keep in mind the risk is still present, so keep that in mind. If you're going to invest in it, naturally it's a little bit of a risk. I'm not going to state that the developer needs to sell off its coins and give back towards the community, but just keep in mind, well, there's a big whale, and I'm not very certain if those wallets are active or inactive, so watch out. I also noticed through the token sniffer there seems to be a prior contract upon which it's based. However, I was a little bit surprised seeing that one, but on the other hand, not as surprised as I should be. The reason thereof, well, most DeFi platforms and most, well, contracts and blockchain projects which are involved with decentralized finance, well, tend to be copies of one another. So at one hand, I was a little bit surprised that there was a prior contract which a remarkable resemblance to that of Celsius Network. However, it's not that there were thousands upon thousands or hundreds upon, well, a big quantity, I'm going to say, of beforehand contracts. So it might be the case it's based off of something, and that they saw, instead of programming from the ground up, that they said, look, the code looks fine, but we're going to make tweaks to make it even better. Because, well, at the basis, most DeFi platforms at their base function more or less at the same level. So if it was built from the ground up, it would imply, well, very honorable and very courageous developers. However, it's more easy to have few developers take a source code from elsewhere and make the necessary tweaks, add additional functions, services, etc., and then upload it. Meaning that, well, if you pull it through something like the token sniffer like I did, well, you will get a warning from watch out, prior contract. But it doesn't really weigh up. However, it still stands as a red flag, so watch out for it. However, to me, it checks out as being trustworthy. So if I were to give an even more abbreviated synopsis, I dare say trustworthy platform, decent use case, decent growth, decent market cap, very interesting to hold and invest in. So if you needed a green flag to invest in the Celsius network, let this be it. I'm going to say it's, to me, from what I've seen on screen and the analysis I've done, well, it's safe, it's trustworthy, go for it. Just make sure that you keep in mind the technical analysis I've done at the beginning of this video and range bound. So yeah, that said, I'm going to end the broadcast, this live stream. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you in tonight's, well, live stream if you're Dutch, naturally, and otherwise up until next week. If you like these live streams and you learned a few things or so, you can help out by liking and subscribing to my channel, or buying one of my courses, links down below in the video. So once again, thank you guys for watching, and